Yeah, that's the afternoon. Thank you very much for bringing me home, Mr. Nick. You're welcome. I had to come and look into a few things here today anyway. I thought about this a little. If Mystic Maya didn't kill that nice man, she definitely didn't. Yeah, yes, of course. But if she didn't, then someone else did, right? That murderer person? Yes, Pearls? Oh, I see. I wonder what's wrong. She seems sad. I mean, it potentially could be her. No, it couldn't because of the hair. I'm going with the sister. Today's trial. So, what did you think of seeing your first trial? Oh, that's us. So, what did you think of seeing your first trial? I was really surprised. I had never seen so many people before. Oh. And Mystic Maya looks so small and helpless. Well, Maya's already naturally short, so... And then that snobby woman with the ruffly clothes? Roughly. She means Franziska. She had such a bad attitude. She acted like she had already decided that Mystic Maya did it. I'm going to tell her what I think of her tomorrow. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's trial for the world. Look, she's like, I'll give her a piece, I'll punch her. I will. Why was that woman bullying Mystic Maya? Well, she's the opposite of a lawyer. A prosecutor. I'm pretty sure a prosecutor's not the opposite of a lawyer. So her job is to prove people guilty. They don't care if someone's innocent. All they care about is if they win. But that's terrible. But she's really a good prosecutor with a heart on the inside, right? There's no one like that. All prosecutors are the same. They're all scum. Well, he might have become a good guy, eventually. He? Who are you talking about? Mr. Nick? Is it that person Mystic Maya was talking about? Mr. Edgelord? Yeah, 100,000 is pretty cool. Although it's kind of weird knowing that Pearly, you know, we were looking at Pearly when she was Mia. It's a little creepy. That was a long time ago. He's not around anymore. Huh? He clutched onto his foolish pride too fiercely. Yeah, way much better than 1.5. And died for it. Wait, he died? Did he die in 1.5? Oh, that's too bad. By the way, yes? What is it? You wouldn't happen to know anything about who the murderer is, would you? Why are you asking me? No, I was just thinking earlier. I didn't see anything. She didn't see anything. Huh. Speaking of that, during the murder, where was Pearls and what was she doing? And on top of that, this key. Just when did she pick this up? I just realised that I never asked you what you were doing at the time of the crime. Pearls, where were you and what were you doing when that murder happened? What I was doing? I wasn't doing anything. She's really bad at lying. You can whisper it to me. I won't tell anyone else. I promise. Two locks. That was the science case, yeah. I guess you can see through my lie, huh? Yeah, she knows because she gave us the thing. So she knows we can see it. Yeah, clearly. I can't lie to you, can I, Mr. Nick? No, you can't because we can see your thing. How do I present it? About this key, Pearls. You found it on the day of the murder, right? Yes. Now, where you found this key is very important. So please tell me, Pearls, where did you find this? I found it in the incinerator. The incinerator? Talking about the one in the garden? The door on it was a little open, so I took a peek. When was that? It was after the channeling, when everyone was in a panic. Mr. Nick? Yes? Are you going to tell my mother? Oh, you mean tell Morgan what you did? Yes. If she finds out that I was playing in the leftover trash, I'll get a spanking. Gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her then, alright? Incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. I don't think we got anything else. I think we should go check out this incinerator. Training was supposed to be held today, but I guess it's already over. Okay, well. I'm surprised we didn't see that on walking past. Why is there... Because the one that had blood on it was the one that Mia had... How did... Okay. Hey, there's someone by the incinerator. It looks like they've noticed me. And are now running at top speed towards me. Yeah, look what she's trying to burn. That was totally her. Oh, hey, Huff Huff. Like, Huff Huff. You're that dentist guy. Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to see you again. Oh, like, real suave. So it's like my turn? It's nice to see you too. So what's up? You're all out of breath. Like, huh? Oh, like, you mean... Like, I'm just totally happy and, like, totally excited to be here? Excited? Like, I mean, there are so many things to see. Like, it's like the real deal here. Oh, really? For example? For example, like, that urn over there? Do you, like, know about it? All I see is an old, cracked piece of pottery. Okay. I'll talk to you in a minute. That's right. Pearl said she found this key inside the incinerator. I guess I should take a look inside for myself. This is from Maya's costume. There's blood on it. A tiny bit, but still. It didn't look tiny. But, you know. Sacred urn. Is there some sort of legend connected with that urn? Like, yeah, it's like this village's treasure. I am... Oh, didn't know that. Mia? And like, it's sealed inside that urn. It's... What are you talking about? Like, you know... Amy Faye's spirit. Amy Faye? Who's that? Like, geez, Mr. Smith, get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that founded the current channeling technique was Mystic Amy. You don't have to get upset with me. So, like, as long as her spirit, like, lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Faye family will stick around. Like, isn't that totally romantic? Romantic? That urn really is as important as she says. Could be a vital clue. want to ask you about the murderer. Murder? Dr. Gray's, remember? As if there's another one. Oh, that one. Like, you should have said so in the first place. So, like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping in the side room. That's not much help. Did you notice anything at all? Alright, Valkyrie. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Hope you have a better day tomorrow. Like, come on. What a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing. Oh, yeah? You introduced Dr. A to Korean Village. No relation. And then lied about knowing him. Even if you're only acquaintances, that still means you knew him. Furthermore, your sister died in that accident and was a nurse at his clinic. Yeah. Alright then, why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident? Yeah, nice subtle touch there, Phoenix. Like, why? You think like it's got something to do with the murder? I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I can. She's lying. Cyclops. Like, what is it? So I'm gonna need something to pry her mouth open on this one. Now, before we do... I don't think it's Amy. There's a spirit in this one, huh? See, there's a bunch of cracks. I guess maybe the spirit could live in the space between the cracks. Looks like something's written on it. I am. It's put together wrong, right? I'll speak to you later, I think. Betting is all laid out today too. Guess I'll leave them alone for now. Keep wondering about this box. I'm sure this wasn't here before the murder took place. Looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Could it have been in the channeling room? And she could have just been hiding in it, waiting for the thing to start. I can't tell, like, see it on the photo there, but... I couldn't see it in the photo, but... Later, Doc. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Looks like Morgan's here too, but she hasn't noticed me yet. What is she doing? Looks like she's talking to a picture. She's channeling someone? Because that's not her. Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty. What in there? Who's there? isn't Mr. Wright. I'm just curious about that picture you were just looking at. Today was that event, was it not? Good sir, I heard you did well. Huh? Oh yes, thank you. I'm terribly sorry I could not attend the trial today. Please accept my apologies. I had a previous engagement as I had to watch over the trainees' training today. Since she really doesn't want to talk to me about the picture. Or because the master can't be here with us, you understand. And that is why a lowly branch family member such as myself must do this. Have you remembered anything about the murder? No, I told you everything I know already. Wonder if she's involved in it. So that she can have Maya not be there and push for her daughter to be the master. Were you in this room the whole time Laura and I went to call the police? Yes, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. Performed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterwards. You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen? I would like to say more did, but however that is... I would like to say more did, however that is all that occurred. I was really hoping for some new info. I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played on your hopes. Could you possibly be more patronizing? Yeah. So the students train every day? Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off the day after the murder. Of course, however. And I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training? Mr. Wright! Yes, yes. Wow, she got real scary real fast. How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They're to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Sorry. I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl? Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit far? Next question, please. And she's really been a pain in the butt about this. Please remember to watch not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir. So the master is, Mystic Maya's mother, Phoenix. Mystic Misty. She is brilliant medium. And where is she now? We're not sure. Not sure. About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit, and after that, she simply disappeared. I don't believe she will return to this village in any case. And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village. Erased? A person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead. Ah, I see. And that is 4 years from now for her. When that happens, a new master will be appointed to Karain village. And Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid... I must be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second. Wow. There's some empty space behind the folding screen. The light of the candles can't reach back there, so it's completely dark. There wasn't anyone back here at the time of the murder. Well, that's what Lotta testified in court. I knew I should have taken a look. I can always count on Lotta to make things hard. Yeah. Let's go find out more about the thing. Bye. We'll work on that lock at some point. Hey Nick, I've been waiting. She looks so helpless. So how was it? What did you find out? Well, I've had a few things. Is it so bad that you can't even look me in the eye? I just need a little more time. It'll all come together by tomorrow, I promise. I'm sorry, Nick. Every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble. Yeah. So how was it? Today's trial, I mean. You were fantastic, Nick. Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around. I bet it would make a great Hollywood movie. Don't be silly. I mean, maybe some indie video game, but, you know, let's not get carried away. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're going to win this, Maya. Thanks a lot. Really. Hey, Nick. The person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't me, was it? Of course not. You're completely innocent. If that were true, then I'd be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in the room with the two of us, right? Well, did you check behind the folding screen? I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone there. That's exactly what Lotta said too. Nick? Yeah? Why do you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray? Because of something Mia told me. My sis? Oh, what did she tell you? She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you. Now that you mention it... Wait, then... I really am... You're not the real murderer. I think that maybe before you even called the spirit, you were drugged. Wow, okay, yep. Drugged? I think this was planned from the very beginning. And you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray. That's... Yeah, it's... I want to ask you something about Pearls. Pearly? What about her? No matter what I try, she won't answer me. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder. Huh? Wait, Nick, you don't think she did it, do you? No, nothing like that. She'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never. She's a great kid, and a really cute, and really great, and cute. I didn't really think she was the murderer. But she's definitely hiding something. You were with her on that day, right? Yeah. The two of us, we were playing with her ball. A ball, huh? Sounds like a dead end to me. Wait, no, let's ask about the ball. So about this ball. It's nothing really special, just plain old ball. I think she was still playing with it when I started the channeling job that day. Pearly really loves to play with that ball. She loves to play with that ball. When she wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box. Into the clothing box. The clothing box. Yeah. Pearly's always hiding in there. You know the side room? There's a clothing box in there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. The clothing box in the side room, huh? Wow. So maybe that is Pearly in the photo, but the hair doesn't make sense. Because it's definitely this hair. Unless she saw what happened. Alright, we gotta go. Later. Ah. Ah! Hey, wait, please, Lotta. She ran off into the manor. Alright, well. We're getting breadcrumbed. Lotta. Ack! I'm telling you, quit following me, you hear? I'm a worthless piece of trash. You lay eyes on me and they'll turn to dust. Sigh. Alright, we wanted to look in the clothing box. I'm pretty sure I saw Lotta run in this direction, but it doesn't look like she's here. Well, we're going to look in here anyway to find the ball. What's the bet Lotta's in there? And that gives Phoenix the idea that a grown woman could hide in here. It's a clothing box where Pearl's ball is usually kept. I wonder what's inside. What? What were you doing in there? What were you thinking? I'm a bad person, just another piece of human trash I need a hole to crawl into. So you crawled into this clothing box because there wasn't a hole to crawl into? Oh man. Huh. Wow. There's a small hole in the clothing box and it's about 8 inches off the ground. The same height as the hole in the folding screen. Then could this... Oh man, Pearly could have been shot. If she was in the clothing box at the time. It's Pearl's ball. I said that it's always kept in the clothing box. So then what's it doing on the floor? Hey Renegado, how you doing? I probably should disable that on days that I'm not playing Bloons, hey? Yeah. Thought I felt my soul take me for a second when Lotta jumped out of it. It's so big enough to fit a grown adult. Well, if she can be called an adult. Did it go? It went into the court record, right? It did. Oh, Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now. What person? You know, the person with the fluffy cotton candy hair? She means Lotta. She said don't look at me with them eyes. But I'm not that scary, am I? Oh, Pearly, it's not you. I don't think that's quite what she meant. Oh, that's right. She also wanted me to tell you, going on a trip to find myself, so don't you bother finding me. Oh, well, thanks. You're welcome. Let's give her her ball. There you go. I'm sure it's helpful to you in some way, but I'm still in training, so I don't know anything about it. I'm really deeply sorry. No, it's okay. I shouldn't have shown you something so trivial anyway. I'm very sorry. It feels weird talking to a kid like this. Oh, hang on, maybe we've got to do it through the thing first?
Take that!
Pearl's alibi. Pearl? You have to tell me what you're doing when the murder happened, okay? What if I just can't tell you? What if I can't just tell you what happened? Then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound? What? You can do that? You tell me if I guess something right, won't you? Yes? Now, when the word was taking place, you were here, right? She was playing ball.
Take that!
You were here, weren't you? In the winding way? Oh, you got it. Just So do you think you can tell me now? Man, oh man, alright, what next? Okay, I think I know what you're doing there. Do you really know that much? Yeah, you're playing with a ball. I'm a lawyer, you know. What was it Pearl's doing in the winding way? I wonder if she broke the vase.
Take that!
You were playing with this ball, right? That's right. How did you know? Well, because Maya told us. Maya told me you love to play with your ball. Yeah, I was playing with my ball. And then something happened, huh? Something really bad. What do you mean something? No, nothing happened. This is it. While you're playing with your ball, this happened.
Take that!
The urn, it's a village treasure. And the spirit of the founder of the Korean technique is sealed in here, isn't it? Yes. It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there. Please don't tease me. Oh, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? The ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange that the lock hasn't been broken yet. It's a really old urn, isn't it? I guess. It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. My voice is shaking. How can you tell the urn has been broken? Because it's Amy Faye's spirit in there. And it's spelt wrong.
Take that!
No, wait. That's not... hang on. I do want to try again. I just need to click on the correct button this time. Amy Faye. Crane channeling leader found a secret.
Take that!
Who started the crane channeling technique? Huh? It was Mystic Amy. That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a log when I saw I am written on this urn. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn. And made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the winding way with my ball, and that's when you broke the urn. Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Amy's spirit fly away. Don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Aww, sweetie, no. There's no bad children. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. The broken pieces were pretty big, so I thought you could put them back together. No one would notice. Yes. I found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean winding way? Yes. Channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. Oh, I see. So about how long did it take you? Must have been a nasty repair job. Yes, it might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor. So that's around when Lotta and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick. What is it, Pearls? I'm going to get banished, aren't I? I really don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Amy's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done and happy resolution. Broken by Pearl right before the murder, under repair in the hallway until the police came. Okay. So that tells us that no one walked out of the room. But we're trying to say that someone went in and out of the room. However, there's a bullet hole in the basket case that wasn't in there. So it's almost like they put the basket behind the folding thing. What's-her-face was in there. Could have gotten shot. Although she got out of it, and that's why. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, okay. Maya was drugged and passed out on the floor near the hamper and the shade. Right, and that's why the bullet hole went through her sleeve and into the basket. But that happened after Enid got out of there and approached the dude with the knife. He shot, missed, hit the went through Maya's sleeve and the basket. She stabbed him, then took his gun and shot him. And the photo is of her, not someone channeling her. And then when we broke in, we broke in. The photo got taken. Why did we not? Oh, unless she was. So where was? We broke in. How come we didn't see Maya's body on the floor? Unless when they drugged her, she put it in the chloroformed her and put her in the basket, and the bullet went through and almost. That's a weird one. But that's how they took the body out of there. So where was the blood swap? When she picked her up. In the time it took us to break the door down, she's gone over and picked her up, and that's when the blood swaps happened from getting the blood on her, like the blood from the dude, like some of it got onto Maya's outfit. And put her in the basket. And then swapped bodies with Maya, and then Morgan's revived Maya, and What's-Her-Face has gotten back in the basket. And then when it's all said and done, she changes clothes and leaves the dirty ones in the basket, then goes to put them in the incinerator. Okay. Case solved. We did it, chat. I think we got it. I found out everything I can. I think we worked it out, Phoenix. But I can't see how it all adds up. That's okay, I got you covered, bro. Heh. Heh. And is Eenie Miney being here just a coincidence? No, but she's the murderer. Hey, mister. How is it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? It's not it. And that nurse turns out to be Enie's sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you. Wish I knew a little more about Enid. But where am I going to find out info like that? Oh, I get it. You can't be bothered to look over at trash like me. Is that Mr. High and Mighty? Ah, Lotta. Oh, so you finally noticed. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing me, although I couldn't understand a word. Well, I gotta hand it to you. You all know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this. Thanks. But, you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? And as for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing? Well, you see, you're not exactly a real gentleman with a lady's heart, are you? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. I'm really damn sorry about today. But I get all fired up about something. It's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya really badly, Lotta. I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me? Well, I guess I can. You did help Maya out too, after all.
For real?
Yeah, for real. Thank goodness. I'm still what? No, nothing at all. Just talking to myself, you know. Gibberish. Now then, a lot of heart at your service. I'll share with you all the dirt I dug up. But thanks. Hey, don't be all surprised. I'll tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Not enough taking money? Now I know this one's an alien clone. If Maya is not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Lotta? Well, heck, ain't obvious? It's that occult freak. You mean Eenie Miney? Well, there ain't anyone else it could be, right? That granny, you and me, we were all together that whole time. So Lotta suspects Eenie. Which means she might have already found some info about our mysterious Eenie. Maybe. That's Meanie Miney. That's definitely the eyes from that photo, which I'm guessing Sister shares, but they're closed. Otherwise it'd be too obvious. But I mean, they're sisters. That's Eenie Miney, right? Yep. I was wondering if you know anything about this girl. You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's that one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. Yeah, I had heard as much. I also heard that Eenie was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Crane Village. You don't say. That's one sneaky gal, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? I do. Wait, talk. There we go. Speaking of Eenie, do you have any other information about her? Sure. Well, what is it? It'll cost you, and it'll cost a lot. Silly me here, I thought free meant no money necessary. That girl was hospitalized about half a year ago. Oh, really now? Hospitalized? Why? Well, heck, you can go find out on your own. Huh? Here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something. Maybe. What's that supposed to mean? Well, see, actually, I was gonna be annoying, I reckon, so I didn't actually go there. Ah, well, that's the way the gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sounds... ew, I mean... Look, don't blame this on me. Oh, never mind. So I don't have much to go choice, but better go check out this hottie clinic. Hey Randy, yeah, it is the first time playing through. Let's go check out Hottie Clinic. So this is where Eenie was hospitalized. Neth, are you here to visit a patient? Yes. Are you a doctor here? Or is he a patient here? Look at him. Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Ha ha. I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself. He's clearly not Director Hottie, right? Yes, so what can I help you with, huh? I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Eenie Miney. Miss Miney. Miss Eenie Miney. Yes. Oh, her. That's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago. Here you are, sir. Oh, wait. Nurse said, here you are, sir. You know you should be up and about. Come on. It's back to your room with you. Ah, Sweetums, calm down. Calm down. Don't be so hard to an old man like me. Don't you dare start with me with that Sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you find yourself tossed out of this hospital. I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat. Okay, okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah. Oh, Phoenix, you're such an idiot. Yes? Huh? Yes, me. Who in the world are you? I'm Director Hottie. Oh, oh. The nurse went off somewhere. Or the humanity. The only person I can talk to is this guy? Really? We're still talking to this guy? What's the balloons challenge thing you can use 1K subs on? That's a game called Bloons. And there's challenge codes that people like either make challenges or look them up. That's probably not a good thing to use it today because I'm not playing Bloons right now. I guess we have to talk to him then. What do you know about Eeny Miny? Now you talking. Yeah, that girl, she was transferred from the general hospital. From the general hospital to here. What kind of surgery did she need? Oh wait, that's us. What kind of surgery did she need? Yeah, well, she needed surgery. It was really bad. Really bad. So what kind was it? Yeah, well, you see that thumb? No, I can't tell you. So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director. See, the thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff? It's on those TV shows too, right? You've seen them, right? Yes. Yep. There's got to be something I can show him to this old coot. Yeah, well, I mean, okay. It's because we can. Oh, what's this? That's my lawyer badge. It says I'm a lawyer. You can tell me stuff now. I'm a lawyer. Right now investigating a murder. Yes, with your angry face, violence isn't the answer. Yes. The trial is tomorrow and I would really like some information from you. Is that right? Well, you know, I think I can let you in on a little secret. What's that? Well, yeah, actually, I'm not the real director. You don't say. Are you kidding me? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that. Eh? Oh, what do you mean? Do I have to explain this to him? Well, hold on. I'll give you something, real information. I'm actually this clinic. See, I'm like this place is walking Dixonpedia. You mean walking encyclopedia? Yeah, that. My specialty is in young, silky smooth, haughty patients. There's nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed talking about it. Yeah, how about you keep that kind of information to yourself? I know, really, right? Oh, anyway, you want to know about Little Miss Eeny Miny, right? Randomly showing people the Turnabout just gives funny dialogue? Oh, really? Nice. That girl? I remember her especially well, really. Especially very well. Okay, now talk to me. Please tell me what you know about Eeny Miny. Oh, yes, I'll get to that. Trust me, I will. That girl? That's right. She was transferred here from the general hospital. That was a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases. What was she ill with? Ill? No. She was injured, not ill. With my trained eye, I could see. Yep, I could see it was a huge wound that was a huge injury. Her whole body was wrapped around in bandages. Her arm was in a cast. That sounds pretty severe. Or wait. Unless she's the older sister. That's why she said you murdered me. Ah, she didn't actually die in the thing. Maybe someone brought her here. Yes, it was an accident. An accident. They're scary. Yes, cars. Yes. Car. You mean it was a traffic accident? Yep, that's what gave her terrible injuries. I swore. It's in the papers. I looked it all up. I did. It was terrible. Yes. Dare even ask what is wrong with this old guy? No. Okay, the operation. Just now you mentioned something about a big operation. Are you talking about Messini's operation? Yes, Messini's. That was one heck of an accident. Oh yeah, her whole face was burned like bad toast. It was bad, very bad. Was it really that bad? Unless she was in the car as well. Oh, it was a good thing that Miss Eeny had a picture of herself. I heard that the picture was how they put her face back together. She gave a picture of... Yep, she gave her younger sister's picture. That girl, she had just gotten her license. So she just happened to have a license photo on her. Yes. Let's see, I got a picture. As a way to remember her, yes. Well, more like swipe. Breach of ethics? Wait, he's a patient though. Wait, what? Pretty girl like her, I bet she has a lot of pictures of herself. Sure. The treasure, my treasure. Precious. My precious. What happened to the actual license itself? Who knows? I didn't bother to ask. Probably got burned along with the car. Annie's photo for a driver's license tracked Hody's treasured possession. So he looked up information on Annie's accident, correct? Yep, sure did. Yep, read every paper that covered it all the time. What kind of accident was it, do you remember? Yes. Hold on. I'll get it for you. Article being, huh? You have it? Well, yeah, well, don't get me wrong. I thought something up, so it might come up, so... Obsessive to the max, but how could I learn about staying in the lead from this guy? Alright, here we go. Yes. According to this, Miss Annie was in the passenger seat. Passenger seat, huh? And dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up. Next minute, a sea of fire was all around her. Then he fought with the door, finally got open, and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all the details in the article. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we're going with Eni died, and sister looks like Eni now. That's why she says you murdered me. I should probably look this over. It's been half a year since Miss Eni had a surgery and got better. She was discharged from December last year. It's already been half a year, huh? Yeah. So how was I? Was that real help? I wasn't real help. Yep, thank you very much. Until Miss Eni, I said hi, okay? Yes. Time for me to leave too. Yes, Ack, it's over. Definitely time to leave. Okay. Interesting. Hey, just alt tabbed me. Right. Hey, so how was it? Did you go to the clinic? Yeah, I found out a few things, I guess. What's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Yeah, so earlier that old granny called the cops. Huh? The cops? Why would Morgan call the police? She said she had something to tell him. Things are sure getting interesting. Wait, what? But honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers in or not. Well, I guess you could put it that way. It always starts out small, you know. Stealing the master's seat and controlling the village folk. And now you see what's it turned into, a murder. That's what. Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on. What? That stuff you were just talking about. That's the first I've heard of it. That's because you're an adult, Phoenix. Hey, really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world. Well, excuse me for not keeping up with gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat? Yep. Right now, the master is this medium named Misty Fey, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was the old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master? Hang on. Do you know where Eni is, Lotta? Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around the garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. You got something to ask her? Yeah, got a whole list of things. Maybe she can clear up for me. Now, let's find out about this master. So I hear the master has always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter. Turns out that old bat is Misty Fey's older sister. Oh. They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. Oh, she just didn't have any power, I guess. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Well, anyway. Somehow Granny there lost to her younger sister Misty. Let's see. This made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sort of things like, she's the oldest and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. I had no idea. So what would have happened had Morgan been... So what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. Oh, that might explain why Pearl is so strong then, if she's from the main family. Well, if they're sisters, they've both got the same mother, so it's the same main line. Interesting. Like, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, it's because you've been lying to me and I didn't know about it. Well, I knew about it, but I didn't have any proof until now, and now we do. Hey, Velvet, how you doing? Phoenix Wright games? Yeah, they're okay. I like them. So we've got to present Magatama first.
Take that!
Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Grey guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. You just ask whose accident. Which means she must know something about another person's accident. Now, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, you got someone in mind? Wait. I think I know who it's it. Yeah, I do. I accidentally clicked. No, Phoenix. I haven't played the Professor Layton games. I'm familiar with them though. Okay. Alright, talk about the other persons. Here we go. Let's give the driver's license photo.
Take that!
I want to ask about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? That's how two women's car crash highway. Miss Eenie Miney holds interview about the crash. I was, like, totally tired and I dropped off to sleep. And there was this crash and then I woke up too fast. Would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says Miss Eenie Miney holds interview about crash. You suffered very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct? But, like, wait. What now? That's not me. Huh? I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Eenie Miney, is, like, pretty common. What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Mimey, is in here too. Like, totally, wow. What a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps. I think we're gonna let it get over that. So, like, now what? Like, do you have something that, like, totally says I was hospitalized? This.
Take that!
This is your proof. Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So? There's a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you. That creepy fake director. Are you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, so like, I was in an accident, sure. Yeah, everyone's name's a pun. So, but that's like totally not related to this murder. Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? And? That woman died. Who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose that woman who died in the accident could be...
Take that!
I believe it was your sister, Mimi Money. Mimi. You were riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Yeah, a lot of the games that have like puzzles in them, like they sort of play to be very I get that, like you look at them and you're thinking, yeah, it starts off very children's game, but yeah, sometimes the puzzles really ramp up. Okay, now she's going to talk about the traffic accident. Yeah, I was riding in that car with my sister. We were like on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. And then it happened. The time I grabbed my purse, I escaped through the passenger side door. And your sister? I like couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke, I couldn't see anything. I'm sorry. She seems pretty far away from the car for that. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, like, pay my sister back. I wonder. This does give Vinny a good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray. Alright, so the part where the sister took over the younger sister's identity when the younger sister actually died is not, maybe a bit too far-fetched. But all the other stuff with the box can happen. Ha ha ha. It seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it'd be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. Or maybe it is. This is Mimi. I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. Wow, this is a little strange. She's like outright just saying it. Not going to get me. Looks like something's up. Stop! Leave my mother alone. Hey, hold on. Okay, pal. I'm not gonna hurt. Pearl, dear. It's perfectly alright. I'll be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please, let me go too. No. You must stay here and protect the manor. But... Aw, don't make that face. I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Here, look, it's a real... Detective! Do not upset me further. Roller coaster? Yeah, it's going to be, isn't it? Poor Gumshoe being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Ow. Mother. Hey, sweetie, it's alright. Mother. This has never happened before. Pearls? Mr. Nick. I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say something, Phoenix. Anything. Oh, dude, you're terrible. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be alright. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't just leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing, Shiva. Alright, well, we've been told where to go next. You kept me waiting, Phoenix. Oh. Mia. So, how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think. Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Myra's found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear. If memory serves, Mia had a few cyclocks of her own. I'm ready to unlock that last piece of information I need now. Sure, I welcome you to try. Mia? Yes. Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer. I mean... Why do you think so? It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yeah, a battle of wits against Mia. There's a whole slew of questions for you to answer before the trial tomorrow. I mean, like, how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started. Which means that the murderer must have gone into that room before the channeling. No, that's us. Which means the murderer must have gone in the room before the channeling. That's what I think in any case. But Maya's already said there wasn't anyone else in there. That's true. She just wasn't aware of it. But if we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're stuck like a beached whale. Never thought I'd see this day. You're actually asking me about spirit channeling? This case is all about spirit channeling. And I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Who's the prosecutor? Von Karma's daughter. Yeah, I guess you're right. How to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling? Was something our ancestor, Mystic Amy Faye, acquired. I've heard that name before. Faye family was originally a family known for its service to the gods. When Mystic Amy was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas of Buddhism, Amitabha. To this day, her soul is still sealed in the Quran's secret urn. No, not really. It usually sits in the winding way, has her name written on it. Yeah. Oh, come on, Phoenix. It's just a fairy tale. You're saying that me being able to see you is just being a fairy tale too? Yeah, let's do it.
Take that!
Take that. Alright, Mia. Phoenix. You think I'm hiding information about someone from you? Isn't that right? Yup. Alright then. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. It's either Pearls or Morgan. It's not Maya. It's obviously not herself. It's one of her family members. And we know Pearls wasn't actually doing anything. She was playing ball and fixing the urn. So it's Morgan.
Take that!
Morgan Faye, of course. There is no one else you would protect like this. Mia. Well done, but while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else, which means she already had an alibi. Yep. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. There. The box in the thing. The key. No. I don't think the key gets used. We're going with the box was in there already. The other is the, that. Aunt wasn't wearing that though. Oh, it's gonna be one of these two. Let's go box.
Take that!
I think this. There we got it wrong. No, you're wrong. Try again. You're really unforgiving today, Mia. And I keep telling you, don't take this lightly. Maya's life is on the line. While the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else, which means she already has an alibi. That's true.
Take that!
Proof is this piece of cloth. I found it in the incinerator near Winding Way. The same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. You mean it's from Maya's costume that she was wearing at the time of the murder? No, it's from someone else who was wearing it. When Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes, but why? No, it could just be a spare uniform. Anyway, there was only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya when we left. Yep. What's that look mean? Your argument is too flimsy. Huh? You have no proof that this piece of cloth is actually from Maya's costume. But this blood. And do you know whose blood that is at this point in time? You don't, do you? Do you have any proof that piece of cloth is from Maya's costume? I don't think it is from Maya, so I think it's from the from a second cloth that the murderer was wearing. Was in the incinerator. Why?
Take that!
think this is the proof you're looking for. The key to the channeling chamber, huh? At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key. Yeah, somehow it magically ended up at the incinerator in the center garden. You're right. And this is what Maya had told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside her sleeve. And both this key and the piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was part of Maya's costume. It would certainly seem that way. So someone swapped clothes with Maya. Why'd they swap clothes with Maya? And if that's the case, why is the bullet hole in Maya's one? Someone changed her into a different set of clothes and then burned the costume she was wearing in the incinerator. There's only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya. My aunt. Exactly. This is getting a really flimsy... Like, I thought maybe whoever killed would have just picked her up. Because the police have a blooded costume with a bullet hole in it. I guess that makes sense why the key showed up in the incinerator, though, because they didn't realise the key was in the sleeve. Because I was wondering that too, why is the key in there? So that covers that, but it doesn't cover the bullet hole situation. Thank you. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However... Like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me. But I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? She didn't. I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? Well... I mean, it's Eni, but I don't think... She murdered Dr. Gray. She didn't murder Dr. Gray. She was in cahoots with the murder for Dr. Gray.
Take that!
Eni Miney. She's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and Eni Miney were in cahoots. Yeah, exactly, cahoots. Nice. I think those questions are sort of... They don't translate very well. They didn't translate very well. Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. A person would have to know a lot about Fae Manor and the village itself to do this. Morgan already has an alibi. Yeah, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. Well, we've already worked that out anyway. It's the box. The box had been moved into the thing. We can assume that Eni Miney is involved somehow. We have one big problem on our hands. Problem? With what? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to? Also, we don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Eni. He doesn't have a clue either, huh? And there's only one possibility. Huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because... Mother. She is the one who holds the key to this. Yeah, it's something to do with getting... Well, if Maya gets... murdered, then Pearls becomes thing. Like, that's the motive, is to swap the family lineage back. Mother. Whose? Mine? Phoenix, you're an idiot. Mine, of course. Misty Faye. Mia and Maya's mother. Why would she bring her up now? Now then. Looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then. Right, Chief. We won't lose. Well, we might. But, you know. I'm just going to quickly duck off to the little streamer room.